general strike, in a certain sense, would be a call for reversing this process. Rather than laying people off, truly revolutionary labor movement would respond with a series of industry-wide strikes, ignore the laws against secondary boycotts and secondary strikes, and launch a mass refusal to accept an economic balancing of the books on the backs of workers. If employers put their foot down, it provides an opportunity to use mutual aid as a means of supporting and creating autonomous communities among workers. Holes in the safety net, which are another aspect of the commons, are also creating openings for us. It's about time as anarchists that we started to develop our own real social insurance mechanisms within our communities: health care, housing, care for the disabled, support for the unemployed and the elderly. Ever since the Depression, like I said, the Social Security Act made these kinds of services a point of legitimization for the state. If the state's going to step back from them now, we have an opportunity to use them to create a system that is community-based, that is non-hierarchical, that is answerable to us as a community. Basically, one other thing for perspective in terms of the economy: we're not at the bottom yet. Look at it this way: is that particularly since 2000, with the housing bubble, we had a curve that went up like this. It's now come down about this far, which is unprecedented, but it has a lot farther to go. So an awful lot of what I'm talking about here is not something that's just prefigurative action or prefigurative community building anymore. It's something that's become urgent right now, or is rapidly becoming very, very urgent. We're going to have people on the street. We're going to have people. We're going to have much, much higher unemployment, and we're going to be forced to do this for ourselves because, as I said, the learning curve is a little too hard for the powers that be. It's a little too steep for the powers that be now. The couple of final comments here. What we need to do, as I see it, is that the trick is to take an inventory of what we have in terms of resources and processes that we've built up to create a more responsive and a more directly democratic economy. And then we need to figure out how to make them more comprehensive, how we can form networks and confederations above the local level, where we can start to think about, all right, we have these processes working in different communities. How can we supply everybody's needs? How can we turn this into something that covers the whole country, the entire population? We need to sort of get ambitious with this, with things we've tried to do on a local level. We need to sort of get regional and get national with it. And that's a challenge. That means we're going to have to start working together on a large scale. The second thing is, how do we defend it against the inevitable attacks? I think a revolutionary situation involves three things. It involves a desperate situation. It involves a realization that we're in a desperate situation. And it involves a determination on the part of the powers that be to resist any change we want to make. I feel that we're going to see that resistance. We're beginning to see it. We're going to see a more military response to attempts to change the situation and to respond to the economy and the situation it's got itself into. And we're going to have to be prepared to defend ourselves. That's where, for example, something like the Wobblies come in. Is we have to think about how do we defend the labor movement? How do we defend community-supported agriculture when people are trying to essentially evict you because they're panicked about the idea that private property is being challenged? All these are things we're going to have to deal with, but I think, again, it's number one to think about how we can take local efforts and turn them into something larger, and secondly, how we can defend what we've got and what we're trying to pull together. So I will stop talking and I'll let Wayne pick it up from here.